Hi friends, it is the 27th day of the month, and so we are looking at Proverbs, the 27th chapter and the 17th verse. And it talks about iron sharpening iron. You know, the people that we have around us, they're so important. They're significant to our growth and to our development. A lot of times they are. You know, we rub off on each other. Sometimes we say the same things. We think the same way. Sometimes we have the same phrases, or, you know, kind of the same catchphrases. Sometimes even if friends, especially women, if they're like best friends, sometimes they get the same kind of hairstyle or have the same kind of dress style. We just kind of rub off on each other. And so that happens not just in the natural, but also spiritually and mentally and even emotionally. We kind of mirror one another, the people that we hang around. And so this verse is talking about iron sharpening iron, meaning that when it says iron, it means that there's a hard substance, like a hard knife, iron knife, like like a knife. I was going to say a name brand, but the Cuisinart knife. There's a hard surface. And so that means that if it's supposed to be iron sharpening iron, we should have another hard surface in order for it to come in contact with. But if one person is kind of strong and always the leader and always the one, and usually in relationships and friendships, they're like that. So don't take it literally. But if there's someone who's trying to grow, someone who's trying to get better, and they're with somebody who's satisfied with the way they are, and they're just flimsy about what they do, they don't have any boundaries, don't have any goals, and you're with someone who's kind of, you know, goal setting and goal oriented, and they try to come together, there is nothing that either one of them are really going to be able to do for one another. They're not going to be able to help each other. They're not going to be able to sharpen each other as far as this scripture is concerned. But when you have someone who is considered an iron, someone who is looking to move forward, even if there are some rough edges that need to be taken care of, somebody that's willing to look forward, and they come in contact with another person that is as sharp and as strong as they are, when we rub together, I know, like, oof, like fingernails on a chalkboard. But when we come together, we sharpen one another, or at least I'm using this sharpener, but if we had two knives, they would sharpen one another. They sharpen by the things that we say. You know you need to go back and apologize, or you don't need to do that. Have you been making sure that you've been paying your bills on time? Have you been making sure that your credit report looks good? When we sharpen one another, both of us are better for it. We hold each other accountable for the things that we're doing. So make sure that you have people around you, and everybody around you doesn't have to be, the type A personality to have everything in order and to move forward, or somebody that's progressive, but have somebody within your gang of people, of friends in your inner circle, that's going to challenge you and sharpen you and encourage you and push you forward. And don't just hang around people who allow you just to be status quo and stay in the mess or stay in the funk that you're in, because sometimes we all get in those places sometimes. So don't you want to grow? Don't you want to get better? I want to look through my notes and make sure that I'm telling you everything that I wrote down, highlights friends are necessary. Friends are necessary for us to grow. And so it's important for us when we choose friends to choose wisely, to make sure that we do that. So here's your pearl of wisdom. Let's make a point to build growing relationships that will nurture us, relationships that will challenge us, relationships that will sharpen us. When we do things and when we are moving forward, we need people who are going to challenge us to be better, to do better, to seek for things that are in our future, and not for us to go backwards, and not for us to sink into a hole of despair, or to fall into the what is the thing called from that movie? I can't even think of the name of it, but to fall into the place of the abyss. We want people that are there to allow us to cry on their shoulders when it's necessary, but will encourage us to move, even if it's just a baby step, whatever it is, even if it's just you holding your head up and looking forward, whatever that encouragement is, we want people around us who are able to do that and not just let us lay in our squalor, the sunken place. That's what I was trying to think of. Don't just have people around you who allow you to just stay in the sunken place, because that's no good. Life is so much more than where you are. Know that your life changes, your life evolves like the ocean, like the waves come in from the ocean. Your life is a continual flow, it's a continuum. It isn't just where you are right now. I want you to look back and think back to where you were a year ago, to where you were 2 years ago, or even 5 years ago. You're not in that same place. So think ahead. A year from now, 6 months from now, a month from now, maybe even a week from now, 5 years from now, things will change. That's just life. Things will continue to change. Put people in your life and keep them around you so that you're able to be sharpened. Even if you have to rub off the rough edges, allow people to encourage you to get better, and don't just stay where you are. Let them sharpen you, so that when it's time for you to do what you need to do, that you can do it with ease and you'll be well equipped to do so. Listen, we thank you so much for joining us this time, and we encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to tell a friend, and we'll see you next time.